Back in like November 2025, I was about to delete Instagram. Like, I hated it. I was like losing followers, didn't know what was going on. Yeah, I was making nothing from social media, maybe a one or two brand deals just from like being a D1 athlete and stuff. Yeah, I reached out to you and I was like, hey, I'm looking for a mentor. And you were like, okay, you guys basically just told me my value back to me. And I was like, oh, okay. Sitting on the 23rd, from one-to-ones, we're sitting at 14K total revenue. And then total revenue in total is like 18K, which is, yeah.
Well, welcome in. I appreciate you like joining the team. I appreciate you just being amongst it. I'm super proud of you. For those that don't know, give us some context of who you are.
Yeah, so obviously my name's Eabha. I just graduated from my master's. I played soccer for 5 years at University of Texas and University of Miami. And yeah, I was working in 9 to 5 for another creator in the space, and it was great. But I definitely knew it wasn't for me, and I was behind a desk all the time. And I decided to basically transform my life November 2025 and did a huge kind of physical and mental transformation. And then a lot of girls started reaching out for help. And I think coaching was just a calling for me, and it was probably the right thing for me to do. And then, yeah, with a little self-belief, I started seeing numbers that I'd never believed I'd ever see, and living a life that's obviously quite new to me, but it's way more enjoyable than working a 9 to 5.
Cool. So just paint the picture. What did you do? Like, what did you study? And then what made you get into social media?
Yeah, so I obviously started posting, probably took it seriously a year ago. I studied psychology because I'm huge in like mental health, the mind and stuff. And then I did a bit of like sports administration for my master's. And that was just an excuse to play another year of college soccer while I was trying to figure everything out. But I knew like I always wanted something to do with sport and fitness, and also to do with like psychology and how humans interact. And I think it's definitely just the right path for me in terms of that. I'm definitely not using my degree. But yeah, college is something else. It's another topic, but
one of those things. Cool. Okay, cool. And so then what was like the pivotal point where you were like, okay, I'm going to go all in on social media, and like kind of paint the context of how many followers did you have? What were you currently doing? Were you earning any money through social media? And then kind of how we cross paths.
Yeah, so back in like November 2025, I was about to delete Instagram. Like, I hated it. I was like losing followers, didn't know what was going on. And then fast forward.
But wait, why? I understand it wasn't just the followers. Like, sorry to interrupt, but like what about it that you wanted to delete? What weren't you happy with?
It was just like messing with my head, I guess. And I didn't believe that the whole kind of like building a community was possible, because it felt like I was speaking to just a brick wall, that, you know, I was just talking into the distance, like no one was interacting or talking back. And it was very kind of, I don't know, just put me in a bad spot. But
yeah.
Fast forward a few months, I was obviously working the 9 to 5 and definitely wearing different caps and different hats in the role. And I definitely did not know a work-life balance, and would work so many hours just to hit my KPIs for the day. And I think it was like
What was the 9 to 5?
Yeah, but it was definitely like startup 9 to 5. So you're working like all hours, and that was honestly like probably on me too. But I think as well, I'm very competitive in that sense. So yeah, and then I realized like I'm definitely not enjoying this as much as I thought, and I'm obviously working for someone else, so there was that as well. So yeah, I think I started seeing traction when obviously I made the physical change with the pattern interrupt, and that was really cool. I went from like 20,000 to probably like 26, 25,000. And I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, people are interacting. And then I hit like 30K while I was working the 9 to 5, because I think it was just doing morning vlogs in Australia that was really working for me. And yeah, I was like, okay, why don't I actually go all in? Because I mean, I was still going to these influencer events with like Whoop and stuff, and I may
Yeah.
have been the smallest creator in the room, but I was in the right rooms. I don't know how I got there, but I got there. And yeah, it's like seeing other people live the life I kind of want and realizing like, oh my god, you actually don't have to work yourself into the ground in order to see the money, see the results, see the connection. And yeah, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go all in on me. And it was as soon as I obviously left the 9 to 5, graduated my master's, and yeah, I reached out to you and I was like, hey, I'm looking for a mentor. And you were like, okay, you should probably get a mentor. Obviously, doesn't have to be me, like we're friends. And I was like, basically asked you on the spot. I was like, no, but can it be you? And yeah, I think
Yeah.
you and Reed definitely changed my life within a month, which was crazy.
Cool. Cool. Well, just again, that's like makes me feel so happy. So I appreciate it. But I just want to kind of know what was the difference between like leaving your 9 to 5 and then realizing I want to go all in on fitness coaching? Because I understand for you, that's like you post a lot of lifestyle content, but then you were like, okay, I want to go fitness coaching. Were you fitness coaching before working with me at all? And were you earning any money through social media? Like, how much were you making?
Yeah, I was making nothing from social media, maybe a one or two brand deals just from like being a D1 athlete and stuff. But
Okay.
the other thing was I decided on fitness coaching, one because I had like certificates. I was a personal trainer on the floor in Miami, which obviously helped with experience, but also that's what like my inbox was full of, with questions of girls wanting to learn about that. And obviously, if I were to start a business, I already would have leads already in that aspect. So yeah, like obviously fitness
Cool.
isn't the be all and end all, but I think it's like where I can help the most amount of people.
I love that. I love that. And then you came to us. We met in Australia, which was pretty cool. And like, obviously, at the time, we had no aspiration of working together. I'm curious, what made you be like, Jake and Reed are the people that I want to invest into? And was this your first investment into like a mentor?
Yeah, it was my first ever investment, which was quite scary.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, it's just the meeting you guys in person, and we had that connection of like similar roles in the past jobs we had, and also just kind of seeing how much work you guys put in. And really, I
Yeah.
think it was like just the content on the emotional connection basis. And you guys were just starting out too. So I think in my mind, I knew obviously I'm going to catch you at a good time before you scale up. And I think
Yeah.
that's the problem with the big creators, is that when they scale, you lose their attention. And I knew that wasn't going to be the
Yeah.
case with you guys.
Cool. I appreciate it. And then just let's just talk a little bit before we get into like where you are now. What did you why did you feel like you couldn't do it on your own? What do you feel like was holding you back from just giving it a go yourself and kind of pursuing this journey of yours?
Yeah, so I think I obviously knew I loved content, knew I loved everything like that, helping people, but I genuinely did not know anything about business or systems or sales. I was kind of just scraping by. So I definitely needed someone just to tell me what to do and like give me the
Yeah.
systems, give me everything, and just kind of fast track the process.
Okay. And what did you want to achieve working with us? Like, what was the goal? Let's say, for example, you worked with us for the 3 months. At the end of the 3 months, like what were you hoping to achieve? Like we're still coaching you now. So like when you first started with us, what was the expectation that okay, if we goal, I'm super stoked.
Yeah, I think it was obviously the money aspect was the most important to me, because I just want
Yeah.
the money to fuel the life I kind of want. So obviously, I was talking and I was saying I just want to scale to like 10K a month, and you guys shut that down straight away and told me hell no, like I can scale way further, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And obviously, with the social media side, it's just building my own little community that I can really
Okay.
interact with and yeah, meet people.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. And then obviously you joined Done for You, and you joined Done for You like you started, but then you also had to go to Bullet. So I think like the original date of you joining Done for You was like pretty much at the start of this month, like when you really kicked it off.
Yeah.
So around like the 5th or the 4th of
Yeah.
this month. So tell me like the limiting belief that you had in terms of like pricing, how much you think you were going to make, what you could achieve, and then let's talk about like where you're currently sitting now, being like 23 days into the program.
Yeah, I thought you know, I definitely questioned like, is my fulfillment good enough, everything like that. So I was just hoping maybe my first month to get like one or two clients and get a bit like 5K or something like that. And I thought that was pretty achievable. And yeah, I definitely was scared to mention anything over like 1K. And you guys, I
As
just,
like the price for this service.
yeah, at the price for the service.
Yeah.
And you guys basically just told me my value back to me. And I was like, oh, okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was hard to definitely kind of learn that my value is worth more.
Yeah, it's hard, hey. It's hard, hey. And what made you realize it? Was it just us believing in you, or was it you signing that client for the higher ticket price and getting them results already?
I think both.
Yeah.
I definitely think it was easier when I signed the clients, but what really happened with me is like when you get that first text of a client telling you like how well something, went for them, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh wow, like it actually does work, and you actually can help people. So I think that was the main factor.
Yeah, you built like just touch on what we've built for you so far. Like what's your kind of program, right? Like how do we structure it in a way? And then also like we'll talk about where you're at now.
Yeah, so I was a bit confused with the fulfillment. Like, I remember coming to you saying that my biggest worry is I just want to get the client in the door and out the door with
Yeah.
success and like achieving their goals. So I just didn't know what the process was in between that. So we definitely simplified it down, which was amazing. And we use Notion for all our resources. And then obviously training programs, check ins on Everfit. And then, yeah, we use WhatsApp for communication. And then shortly after, realized that, wow, we can actually implement the brand suite method that you guys talk about. And that was a game changer.
Yeah, cool. Cool, cool. And so you launched so you've when did you officially take on coaching? What was it? It was like June 10th, was it?
Something like
It
that.
was
Yeah.
okay, cool. Now talk to me numbers. How are we doing so far? Being at the 23rd of June and you started on June 10th.
Yeah, so we did launch well, I was like, I think a low ticket would be great.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's definitely trial and error with marketing of low tickets, but sitting on the 23rd from one to ones, we're sitting at 14K total revenue, and then total revenue in total is like 18K, which is
Oh,
very,
you filled
very
the low ticket
funny.
as well. It's cool. Hey, it's cool because I remember you were like, I want to hit a 10K month. And I was like, trust me, you're going to do great. And I was like, we need to hit 30, 40K months.
Yeah, yeah. And I was
And
like, this guy, I don't believe him. And then now I'm like, oh, it is possible, which is so funny because I'm a realist, and yeah, it's insane.
and is this the most you've like kind of made
Ever.
before?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. That's super cool. And to be honest, it's a testament to you because everything I ask you to have done thus far, you've just taken immediate action. And you're always trying to improve. Like before this, you sent me a message being like, we need to improve fulfillment. We need to improve this. We need to improve that. So I guess like the results speak for themselves. I think it was, when you say it was more just like having someone believe in you, say, because like you had it's all you really.
It's all me, and sometimes that's what I have actually implemented with my own coaching. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just get stuck in your own way and you do need someone in your corner, and it's an
Mm.
investment to have someone in your corner, but it pays dividends over the long run.
Yeah. 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 If you take like a step back now, you've already covered the investment cost
Oh yeah,
in
tripled it
15
really.
days. Yeah, you're cruising. And so that's epic. I actually love that. And then so tell me on the follower side, like how are we going with the content since working with us?
Yeah, so it was insane, really. Obviously, we want to dive more into storytelling and stuff. And I had a good background in content anyway. I was like growing
Good.
gradually. But what really stood out for me was Reed's like trial reel method. And I was like, okay, I can just recreate a winning format for me. That got me a lot of clients and people DMing me my keyword. And then I just changed like one clip at the end, and then I was like, okay, if this it was a split screen, and I was like, if this split screen is working as a reel, and obviously carousels are popping off the moment, split screen ones in particular, I was like, okay, let me just turn it into a carousel. And I text you guys, and you guys were like, yeah, go for it, like why not, what could happen? And just in 40 less than 48 hours I gained like 20K from that one carousel, which was insane. I never
Holy.
believed that would happen. But yeah, it was a good dopamine hit for sure.
Yeah, you because like 15 days or whatever it was, like you went from how many 30K followers, 35K followers to now being at 66K. I saw you put on your Instagram today.
Yeah.
Smashing it. Like that's
Yeah.
insane. And then we started a second account for you as well, and that's more for like lead generation. How's that all going?
Really good, actually. I think I found something I really enjoy doing, which I just put a Q&A on my story, and I turn every answer into a reel, which is great, because it's just me showing authority and telling people what I already know through answering questions. And it's a great idea because I could post like 30 reels a day, and we're already like after a few days at like 370. So they're always just people who are super interested in coaching. So
That's so sick. And how do you feel now being like a business owner? Because you got an employee as well. You're on the team. So like how does it feel now kind of like running like an actual operation where people rely on you, you've got team to pay, also fast as well, don't forget.
yeah, scary, but it's so okay. I think there's definitely things I still need to get right in the background in terms of just, business sides. But I think
Don't
as
forget, we're still
well,
starting. It's
yeah,
very
we're still
new.
starting. And I think the thing with me is like, yeah, I think we worked on an SOP as well for my employee, and yeah, just making sure she's hitting all her KPIs and seeing what I can do to improve the
Yeah.
communication for her so she doesn't feel lost is something that I can definitely work on, but work on as a
Yeah.
team, which is cool.
That's so cool. Now, I just got two more questions for you. Number one is, what do your parents think? Because now you're living in Bali, you're 23 or 24.
24.
So you're crushing it. What's like, what do your parents think of all this? Because obviously
Um
you did a master's degree. They're expecting you to go use that degree. What's the what are their thoughts?
Definitely like they're like, oh, you definitely proved us wrong. Like even my dad, I was just texting him because he was always saying like if I did want to work for myself, like minimum 10K a month, like you have to be doing that. So I
Yeah.
obviously been sharing my financial information with him, and he's like, oh, good for you. I'm off to work, like joking. Um,
Yeah.
Genuinely they could not be happier. And
Yeah.
yeah, like they definitely are like, we love Jake's awesome, which is so,
Oh, that's so nice. I'll have to meet them.
oh, 100%. But yeah,
Yeah,
like they're
yeah.
just, they see me just being really independent and really successful, and I think that just like gives them that feeling of safety, like she's going to be really okay, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the best thing about it as well is like you're still living your life. Like you're in Bali. I
Oh
see
yeah.
you living it up.
Yeah, it's really cool because I guess like sometimes it's like, how is this possible? But also, no one sees like I spend like 3 or 4 hours a day on the laptop trying to improve things. And it's like, but that's only
Yeah.
3 and 4 hours. And I do have a life outside that too.
And so what's the next steps? What's the goals? Like where are you heading? What's your plans? I'm keen to hear.
Yeah, I think obviously doing I have to do a visa run anyway, so gonna go back, visit family in Ireland, and then hopefully a tropical trip in Europe, maybe Greece or something.
We'll meet up
Yeah,
in Europe.
100%. But my main goal for the next 3 months is getting amazing results for like my first few clients. And not only for them, but for me, like knowing that I could deliver a quality service and help change someone's life. And then from there, it's just like, let's just go up.
Sky's the limit, baby.
Yeah.
Amazing work. Look, I'm super stoked. Our journey's only 1 month in, but let's keep crushing it.
Yeah.